So you want to learn how to ride a motorcycle, huh? Well, I'm going to teach you guys. It's so easy. Like, everyone makes a big deal out of it, but it's easy. All you need is a motorcycle, like this one. It's got to have 2 wheels and a motor. And then what you do is you turn it on with a key, like so. And then you make sure you have a private little street like I do. But there are people driving on my private street. I don't understand it. And after that, you put it in first gear. Just push the little lever down, and then you go with your clutch. See how easy that is? All right. So now you're rolling. So now what do? I mean, you're in first gear, and you're pretty new to this. So I mean, the only thing you'd really want to do is something like this. It's so easy. I don't understand what all the commotion's about. Hey guys. Alright, so all kidding aside, I know my intro is kind of ridiculous. So you really want to ride a motorcycle. Alright, well, I'm going to try and help you. I've had a couple people that, I mean, most of my subscribers as of this moment already know how to ride, but this is for the people that haven't made that step yet but want to. You know, it's a great feeling and you guys need to get on a motorcycle and ride. So yeah, I'm using a 600 RR for this. I mean, there are better bikes to learn on, specifically like dirt bikes and stuff like that. But this is demonstration purposes, and I learned on an R6, so you can do it if you want to. Okay, well, I guess I should show you guys a few things first. All right, the left side of the motorcycle is used for shifting. Okay, shifting gears. The right side is used for braking and acceleration. This front brake. Down here with your right foot is the rear brake. Then with your left hand you got your clutch. And left foot is your shifting mechanism. Now the shifting mechanism, please forgive the wind, it's Kansas, you know, whatever. But the shifting mechanism, you got to think it as like vertical. Like, here's the lever. If you want to go in first gear, most motorcycles are 1 down for first. Then half a click up is going to be your neutral. You just like lightly lift up with your foot and it'll go into neutral. Most bikes have a little signature right there. Like, see the green? That means it's in neutral. Okay, so that's neutral. Now, if you're riding and you're in first, you can shift all the way through neutral just by pushing up your foot into second, okay? And then from then on, up third, up fourth, up fifth, blah, blah, blah. And then down, down, down. So that's your basic transmission for a motorcycle. It's different than a car. Okay, now when you're learning, you want, like, this is kind of like just an off street. You don't want anything in your way. Be safe and all that. All right, when you start it, just be in neutral, have the thing on, start it up, okay? I know you're gonna feel intimidated by the bike, but the first thing you wanna do is, I mean, just rock the bike back and forth in your legs. Like, just get the feel for it. Get the feel for the weight. It's gonna be new to you, so just do that. All right, the very first and the most important thing I can teach you guys is friction zone. That's the most important thing, because that's what's gonna get you going and what can actually like save you in turns and stuff. Now what I did is I squeezed in the clutch with my left hand, pushed down on my left foot into first. Now you don't even have to touch the throttle for this, okay? Don't, because if you accidentally rip on that and let the clutch go, you're gonna wheelie like those YouTube videos you've seen a million times of the moms, and they wheelie into a house and then the bike catches on fire and they die. Okay, so what you're going to want to do first is just slowly let out the clutch. And you're going to see the bike want to move, like that, right? Now when I first started learning, I was impatient for the MSF course, so I learned by myself. I just did this for a long time. Like, just rocked it back and forth with the friction zone. And that's what you're going to want to do until you get comfortable. See? Now, if you have a bike with a high idle like mine, watch this. You just let the friction zone. And look, I'm just walking, my feet are on the ground. I'm just walking my bike. This is what you're going to want to do. And that'll teach you, and you can just let it out and then pull the clutch in. Let it out, pull the clutch in. And that's going to get you that basic, that feeling for it, you know? Okay, once you have that down, it's going to take you a while to do that. I mean, I went really slow, and I've never crashed because of that. So now when you're actually riding, you're going to want to give it just a little gas while you're letting out that clutch. Not a lot, just go very slow. And then once you're up to that step, here we go. We're in first. I'm going to get the friction zone, give it a little gas, let the friction zone out, and now my clutch is completely out. Now you just want to ride in first gear. With a super sport like mine, the first gear is really like this, you know? It's really touchy, so you want to have very smooth throttle inputs. Okay? And then you just want to go straight lines at first. Once you're done, you can use the friction zone and just walk it, turn it around like this. I'm walking my bike right now. And then go in and stop. Make sure you practice your brake too. And then here we go again. And you can just walk it for 100 yards and then turn around and do the same thing. But now we're starting to get going. We're in first gear. Now if you want to shift, once you're up to this point, squeeze in the clutch, push all the way up with your left foot, then slowly let out the clutch, and now you're in second. Okay? Now you got shifting down. Now when you're slowing down, you push down on the lever, and now I'm back in first. If you're coming up to a stoplight and you want to not have to squeeze in the clutch, just push up a half a click, and now you're neutral, and now you can do da la 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 la. Okay. So that's basically the first couple days of what you're going to be learning. Now at the MSF course, if you take that, you'll learn that in the first hour of riding. They'll have you walk your bike and stuff, and then it took me, I mean, when I was starting to learn myself, I think the first day I started riding around my neighborhood just like this. And then there was some corners, so I was just taking slow corners like this. You know, mainly first gear, I would get into second. But man, when you're learning, it's kind of scary for a beginner, so take it slow. And don't forget those smooth inputs on the controls. You gotta be very smooth with the throttle and the clutch. And by the way, a clutch on a motorcycle is different from a car. If you grew up driving a manual car, you were taught that you don't want to slip the clutch because that's bad on the clutch. Well, a motorcycle has a wet clutch, so you can do that. You can slip it all you want, okay? It'll save your ass. Just do that. And if you're scared at all, if you're like freaking out and you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna wreck, pull in the clutch. That kills the power of the bike. You're just gonna roll like this. It's like being in neutral, okay? You can rev it all you want, just keep that clutch in. And then when you're ready, when you're confident again, just let the clutch back out. Okay? Those are some first tips. And then once you find a little cul-de-sac like this, once you're good with first gear, and then just ride around in circles. Make sure you look where you want to go. Don't look at the ground. Like if you want to go back over there, just look over there. And then your body will kind of just follow it. Okay? Now, this isn't an alternative to MSF course, all right, guys? Because I'm not the know-all, end-all, whatever. I'm not certified, but I mean, I took the MSF course. I know what I'm doing. But go take the MSF course. It's not that expensive. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, you learn a lot of shit, and you learn on their bikes. So if you drop it, you won't. I mean, if I wouldn't want to learn on this, but if you drop it, then it's not that big of a deal. This one lady dropped hers in my class. She was like 80 years old, but yeah, just do this for a while. You don't have to go fast, okay? I mean, in the MSF, within 2 days, you'll be doing stuff like this, okay? With like the box drill. You'll have to turn like in this little itty bitty space. See, I just touched the ground. I haven't done this in a long time. Whoa, windy. Woo! But yeah, you gotta just do U-turns in this little box area. Ugh. See, I'm even out of practice with this slow stuff. I'm also on this gravel shit. Doesn't help. But yeah, just go do that stuff. You'll be a pro in no time. I'm kidding. It takes a while. But take it slow and you'll be good. And then, I mean, once you got second gear, then third gear is the same way. Then fourth. Watch out for that crosswind if you live in somewhere like Kansas. And you got it. And then you're going to want to practice braking. I can't emphasize that enough either. Braking is very important, especially on a motorcycle. You want to brake with both the pedals, because that equals 100% of your braking. The front brake is normally only like 70, 80% of your braking, something like that. But you're going to want both pedals. And with an emergency brake, say you're going down the road, in MSF they told us to push down or do all, like both hands and both feet at the same time. So you clutch and front brake and rear brake and downshift all at once. It takes some practice to get that. Like, I had trouble with it at the MSF course because I'm uncoordinated, so. Anyways, just do that stuff. Sorry about the wind. Blame Obama. Okay, so that's how you ride a motorcycle. And that's like the really speedy through course. You're going to want to take it really slow and then go do the MSF course, because I took the MSF course about 2 months after I started learning. So I was just riding around my neighborhood for that 2 months getting used to the bike. But I highly suggest taking the course. Okay? Good. Now go watch my other videos and you can see what you'll be able to do in a few short months of learning. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later.